Alright, so the next thing we're going to be installing is the front A-arm brace. Another full access UTV.com accessory. Not too terribly expensive. Give a little peace of mind for those A-arms. Make sure nothing happens up there. Same sort of situation. They will kind of waller out in the holes, the stock ones. This gives a little bit of, protection for that. So, comes with 2 braces for the top, 1 for the bottom, new bolts for the top, and use existing bolts for the bottom, and some Loctite. He did it, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do it as well. Let's get started. Alright, so first bolt nut here, you can see kind of beat the crap out of it. Breaker bar and a impact. They did a number on it, so yeah, it should be okay. I have identical ones I could use if I need to. When I pull it off, I'm going to check it out. But kind of a pain in the ass, so just keep that in mind. All this stuff torqued down pretty damn tight, probably a little bit of Loctite on there, so just wanted to show that you really only need to pull this nut off. You don't have to take the bolt off, because the front piece just slides over this guy. So we'll do that for both sides. Pull that nut off, put the piece on, and then put the nut back on, and it torques down at the same 70.4 or 71 that you use on pretty much everything else up here. Alright, so let me get this cranking. Sorry about the sniffles. We got lots of... Oh man, you are kidding me. And I just noticed I have a leak in this boot right here. That is wonderful. Yay me. Alright, so let's just finish this crap. Alright, well, it won't set anywhere, so my luck. But it's not too terrible. You look through there, you can see the other nut, the other bolt on the other side. So we're going to... Remember, I'm not an expert at one-handed. So, there. Slide him on this side. Slide him on this side. And if you watch Jake's video, he tells you sometimes you don't line up perfectly because of the frame, things a little bit out of whack. If you take the tire weight off of this, it'll seat right up, but looks like I can get this on here, so let me go ahead and do that. Need another hand. We'll check it out. There you go. It was super easy. I needed another hand to get leverage, but it pushed right through. Hand tightened bolts on there, and now I have this added thickness protection right there. Now the other one we're doing is up here. As I knock over my stuff, it's right here. Well, I think that's actually over here. So it's going to be more of a pain in the ass to get to because of where that's located. We have 2, so I believe we go front and rear with this guy. This is the bolt we replace. So remember in the kit I showed you had that long bolt. So we're going to completely pull this guy out. Looks like it's going to be easier to work with it from up here instead of doing this guy like I did the other. So same on both sides. If you see over there, decent lighting, so you can see someone installed insanely long bolts for this winch mount. This prior owner. That's pretty insane right there. Anyway, it's there. So let's get cranking on this. Alright, just to show what I had to do to get this guy off. Again, on there really tight. Impact. Couldn't get up in there. I don't have the right impact, I guess, to do this kind of stuff. So used My famous 5-foot piece of pole, socket, broke it. So now I'm gonna get up in there with something else and I'll screw that off of there. Alright, looks like I'm going to have to take out these long ass bolts because that is pretty much right where I need to go. See if I can feed it on this side. I can write a book on how to make a 10-minute job a 2-day job. I mean, this is just so typical. So this is what I'm running into. You can see there's 2 stupid ass long bolts that were put in here by previous owner, probably the shop, but for some reason they needed 5-inch freaking bolts on there, and now it is interfering with me putting this brace in, so probably have to pull those off. I'll cut them, put them back on, but just something else to cause this to be even longer install. Alright, I should have filmed that because it went so quick, unlike everything else I do. Would have made at least kind of like I knew what I was doing with that. So anyway, those are off. Force to find the angle again. Force is not strong in this one. Yeah, there we go. Force is super strong. I'm awesome. That is on there. Go ahead and tighten this nut. Just put it on and tighten it. Alright, so this side is on. Hey, myself. Alright, so if you recall, this nut back here is an 18.
I'm gonna have to find my open face for that. But this side is on. I'm going to go take the other side off, do the same thing for it, and then tighten everything up. Let's go to the other side. All right, well, the camera died, so we're back to the phone. But let's see, you should be able to see it from there. This bolt came off a little bit easier. It was still torqued pretty heavy. What I did do, you can see, hopefully you can see right here, that's where the sway bar connects. Pulled it off and stuck it up there because to get a wrench into this area to get back over here was just a huge pain in the ass. So that's super easy to pull off. Pulled it off, stuck it up there, and was able to get a wrench into here to break that torque and to pull it off. So now basically going to do a rinse and repeat of what I did on the other side. Big bolt, shove it through the bracket on that side. On the other side, not sure if you can see it. I can't see what the phone sees. Gonna do just like the other one. I did not get up using the side-by-side as a fulcrum there, or to pull myself up. So hopefully the bolt will just slide straight through. It won't be an issue. I'll let y'all know here in just a second. Can't mount my phone like I can the camera, so. But I'm not expecting this to be anything too terrible. I did have to pull out these two bolts above those were the two I had to pull out for the to be able to fit that in there, and I'm going to cut them down because they literally use 3.5-inch bolts on there. Crazy. But so that's what I'm going to do, and we should be good to go. I'll let y'all know if I see anything out of the ordinary. All right, real quick, there's the bolt in there. It slid right in. No screwing with it, no nothing. It just slid itself right in there. So as long as you don't put any weight on the front of your side-by-side getting up or anything, you shouldn't have any issue like I did on the other one. All right, so this is kind of a pain in the ass to get. You just don't have a lot of room, especially if you have a winch and all this kind of crap up here. The black piece is on. I don't know if you can tell to the right there. And trying to get the nut to bite so I can, finish tighten these down, tighten everything down, then torque it. Not a complete pain in the ass, but just, not the easiest thing in the world either. All right, so I have these tightened, not torqued, but tightened. This guy and this guy down here. So now go do the other side, and if there's anything out of the ordinary, I'll let you know. It zoomed by itself there, so I guess close up of it. That on the right side is pretty tight up in there, not the easiest thing to do. And that nut is an 18 millimeter, which is an odd, well, I guess even millimeter that I don't have an open face one, so I had to use an adjustable wrench. Kind of a pain in the ass. But it is what it is. None of my closed face, I could get the fit around that bar and up in there. Just couldn't get it to work. You guys may be able to, y'all smarter than me. But that's the only, I guess, hiccup, or not even hiccup, but little issue I had to work with. Now the other side. All right, just a quick reminder to throw some Loctite. I got blue, that's all I have, so I'm gonna throw that on there better than nothing. So put that on there. Now going to tighten the back. I don't have the right angle torque wrench impact. I mean. So I have this contraption, handy dandy impact to an impact grade Milwaukee right angle to the adapter to the socket. So that is quite a circus to get all that crap actually connected and connected as in onto the nut while you're trying to hold something back here and then squeeze this trigger giant cluster. So if you have the right tool, obviously you just stick that on there, you're done, happy days. So have the right tool. So I'm going to tighten this down, then torque, then put back my front sway bars. I am going to mess with those whenever I'm in Arkansas in a few weeks. I'm going to try riding with and without to see how I feel with the bike, or car. We'll see how I like it. All right, let's get this done. All right, I got this one torqued. Oh, nugget of joy. It's a pain in the ass. Because up in this area, you just don't have the room, and you're pulling this guy up. I know with the teeth on mine the way it is, I mean, I like had one click right near the top. Had to wedge that over there, the adjustable. It just sucked, but it's done. Bottom, crossing my fingers, is not as bad. And then we'll go to the other side. All right, all these are torqued, sway bars attached on both sides, and I dealt with the 3.5-inch screws that were holding on the winch mount up there. That was a little bit more pain in the ass, but it wasn't a big deal. Just cut those and put them back on. So overall done. Gonna go ride it for a bit and see if I can tell any difference. I shouldn't, but I did see how one person said theirs rode a little funky before after they did it. So I'm thinking maybe just tightening these guys up could have held those arms, even though they're supposed to move. Could have held them, and took a little bit for those to loosen for that guy. So I'm gonna go ride it around and see if I feel that as well. All right, well, everything ran fine. There was no tightness, no weirdness. It ran just like it did before. Just it's ready for me to do my 90-foot jumps at night. So install for most of you will probably be super easy. As usual for me, something comes up and causes it to be a pain in the ass. But, you know, that's why I do these, to show real world install by common guy who doesn't have all the tools you probably need to have to do this crap. But got it done. Happy I have it. Anything to extend the life of the machine is worth doing. So again, got them from UTVfullaccess.com. Go over there, order them, highly recommend it. Jake's a super knowledgeable guy. They have a really good gig going over there. Support them, help them out. Like, subscribe, and do all the other crap you got to do. Thanks, man.